Alrighty folks, it's Festival Diaries Day 8 and I am now at Revive Festival. It's the day before it starts and I don't know if you can see too much. There's a little bit in the background. It's just kind of getting set up. What I'm loving about being here is there's all these amazing trees, like oh my god, such beautiful trees. The weather is not looking fantastic. It's overcast and drizzly, which is fine. But I think there's a bit of weather coming in. Second festival, second week, and one thing that's really present for me is letting go of expectations. And because the challenging, tricky thing is, right, is that if you've booked to go to a festival and you're all excited and you've got an idea of how you think it's going to be, like sunny and this and that and rah-de-rah, and then the weather is going to be different, it can be quite easy to to cling or attach to what you don't want and to miss what's going on. So yesterday I made the call to book an Airbnb instead of tenting and to drive in and out, which is something that I never ever do. Like, I love to make a point of, when I go to a festival, driving in and staying and never driving again until I drive out, because it's so rare in our world that we walk everywhere, and there's something that happens to the nervous system. This is what I find. There's something that happens to my nervous system when I'm only walking for 4 or 5 days and that's my only mode of transportation. Everything slows down. I become more in tune with my environment, the vibe, and just start to get a feel of like where to go and who to talk to, and I don't know, things start to happen. So for me to stay off-site and to need to drive every day, it's only a 20-minute drive, but it's still driving, is a big deal. But I'm seeing it as an opportunity to play with the vibe of a festival in a different way, and to really start to integrate day-to-day householder life and being in the festival and moving in between the two zones and seeing what it feels like. And that's kind of one of the ways that I'm always orientating to life, is that I gamify everything. I turn it into a game. I turn it into a challenge, you know, in the way that I've gamified doing 5 festivals in 5 weeks. Which is sometimes I'm like, whoa, crazy. This morning was getting up and packing the car and driving for 6 hours, and the whole time I'm on the phone, voice messaging, right? Not on my phone because driving, but just organizing the Airbnb and who's staying with us and which nights and on all those different things. And it added a different element. But what I'm noticing is that I'm just getting better and better at letting go of ideas of things, letting go of what I think I want, and just showing up to what's going on and being open and present to what's actually here right now. And I'm just finding immense gifts in it. It's a little different for my son. Like, he's arrived at the festival and, you know, he's just been at Resolution and all his friends are there and it was sunny, and he's just walked around and gone, yeah, and he's gone back to the car and jumped on his phone. But it is the day before the festival and I know he'll shift. But you know, he's got expectations and he's got desires and he's still attached to them. So I'm just watching his experience. And I think this is one of the things about doing festivals, is that it invites an openness to what's showing up in the moment. And of course it's easier, so much easier in some ways at a festival to be open, because most of what's showing up is awesome, but not always. You know, I've had festivals that I've gone to where shit's gone down with me and my partner or me and my friends, and you know, I've got triggered, and then had to deal with that and recognize that it, you know, you never know what's going to happen. You never ever know what's going to happen. So if you're coming to Revive and you're a little bit concerned about the weather, what I would say is, no matter what happens, there's potentiality for awesomeness. I remember one year at Prana when it just bucketed down with rain, and there was rain everywhere and everyone was soaked, and it meant that the whole festival had to take shelter underneath all of the structures. So there was a real camaraderie of like facing the weather elements together, and it brought everyone that much closer, you know. And so that was the gift that happened there. So recognizing that this is the nature of life. There's always good stuff going on and bad stuff going on. But when there's a reorientation and an openness to whatever's arriving, there's gifts in it all. There's gifts in it all. and oh my goodness, I just feel so good being here. It's such a delight to finally make it. Really thrilled, and just the vibe. Like, I went for a little walk. I can't show you, but over there, maybe I'll do a video from over there during the day where it's a bit brighter. They've got all these hammocks and fairy lights and lights through the forest, and it's such a cool little chill out zone. And the main stage is all built of wood, and it's surrounded by trees, and there's a real intimacy here. There's an intimacy here which I'm looking forward to, because Resolution, it felt like it was like full expansiveness, and I love that. But I like the blend, you know. It's like, yeah, go full expansiveness for Resolution, and now come into the intimacy here for Revive. So that's me for today, Festival Diaries number 8. Do I want to end with anything? I think that's it. I will be back tomorrow.